Have you ever wondered why the most spiritually aware, emotionally deep, and purpose-driven people often seem to struggle the most with money? Why do those who carry light in their hearts often walk the darkest financial paths? If you're one of the chosen ones, someone who feels deeply, thinks differently, and lives with a strong sense of purpose, then this video is for you. Because you're not broken, you're not lazy, you're not doing life wrong. There's a deeper reason you haven't unlocked abundance yet, and it's not what society teaches you. Let's talk about why the chosen ones struggle with money and what you can do to finally shift it without losing your soul. Part 1. Who are the chosen ones? First, let's define what a chosen one really means. It's not about being better than others. It's not about ego, fame, or religious status. Chosen ones are individuals who have been called to walk a different path, a path of truth, healing, and awakening. They often feel isolated, misunderstood, and out of place in the normal world. They're the black sheep, the deep feelers, the quiet warriors, the ones who are born into chaos and pain, only to rise above it and help others rise too. Chosen ones have a deep sense of purpose, even if they don't know exactly what it is. They carry spiritual wisdom that doesn't always fit into the modern world. And most importantly, they're here to wake up humanity, one soul at a time. But here's the problem. This inner calling often clashes with the external system, especially when it comes to money. Part 2. Why the system was never built for you. The world we live in is built on survival, competition, and control. From a young age, we're taught to chase money, status, and security, often at the expense of truth, creativity, and soul alignment. But chosen ones? They're wired differently. They care about justice, not just profit. They want to serve, not exploit. They seek depth, not just material gain. So naturally, they struggle in systems that reward the exact opposite. Jobs that feel soul-sucking. Bosses who don't understand them. A society that labels them as too sensitive, too quiet, or too idealistic. And let's be honest, the traditional path to financial success often requires playing a game that feels fake, shallow, and even toxic. So many chosen ones reject it. They say no to selling their soul for a paycheck. They walk away from high-paying jobs that drain them. They feel guilt around charging money for their gifts, like healing, art, coaching, or spiritual guidance. And while that decision may protect their soul, it often leaves their bank account empty. The world wasn't built to reward people like you. Not yet. But that's changing. And it starts with awareness. Part 3. The spiritual wound around money. Here's where it gets deeper. Many chosen ones carry unhealed wounds around money, sometimes from childhood, sometimes from past lives, and often from spiritual conditioning. Maybe you were taught that money is evil, or that rich people are greedy, or that being spiritual means being poor and selfless. Maybe you saw your parents struggle with money, fight about it, fear it, and without knowing it, you adopted the same energetic blueprint. You associate money with pain, shame, or guilt. So when it starts flowing to you, your subconscious finds a way to block it or push it away. You might undervalue your work, overgive for free, feel uncomfortable asking for payment, sabotage opportunities that would lead to growth. Why? Because deep down, you don't feel safe receiving money. And here's the twist. Most chosen ones would never say they want to be broke. But energetically, they are rejecting money without even realizing it. They fear that having money will corrupt them, that it will disconnect them from their purpose, that others will see them as fake, greedy, or no longer spiritual. So they choose scarcity, not consciously, but energetically. It becomes a form of protection, but also a prison. Part 4. The world needs rich chosen ones. Let's be real. Money itself is neutral. It's just energy, a tool, a magnifier. If you're already generous, money will amplify your giving. If you're already wise, it will extend your influence. If you're already healing others, money will help you scale your impact. So imagine this. What would the world look like if the kindest, most awakened, and most conscious people had the most resources? Imagine if spiritual teachers, artists, healers, and truth tellers were able to build schools, platforms, and communities without begging for donations or burning out. Imagine if you could fully live your purpose without financial fear controlling your every move. This is why chosen ones must learn to receive, not just emotionally, but financially. Because when people with no heart control the wealth, the world suffers. But when chosen ones step into abundance, without guilt, the world begins to heal. You're not meant to struggle forever. You're meant to lead by example. But first, you must rewrite your relationship with money. Part 5. How to shift into abundance. 400 words. So how do you shift out of scarcity without losing your soul? Here are 5 key mindset shifts that will help. 1. Money is not evil. Unconscious people are. You can be wealthy and wise. Money will only magnify your light if you stay aligned. 2. Charging for your gifts is not selling out. It's self-respect. You're not just trading time. You're offering transformation. And transformation is priceless. 3. Your purpose deserves support. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Receive so you can serve more powerfully. 4. Guilt is not a currency. You don't owe the world your suffering. You deserve peace, just like anyone else. 5. Heal your inner child's beliefs around money. Unpack where the fear began. Reparent that part of you with love and new truth. When you stop rejecting abundance and start receiving without shame, you create a new reality, not just for yourself, but for every soul you touch. You model what it means to be spiritual and successful, awake and abundant, kind and powerful. Chosen one, your struggle is not a curse. It's part of the awakening. But you don't have to stay stuck. You can break free from the scarcity loop and step into the wealth that matches your purpose. Not through greed, but through alignment. Because the world doesn't need more rich people. It needs more wealthy souls who lead with love, serve with truth, and receive with peace. It needs you. So start today. Rewrite the story and allow yourself to receive the abundance you were born for.